filmed scenes at Rockland Lake on Friday. Visitors to the state park were advised to expect cameras, production vehicles, and increased activity in portions of the property. Access to some areas may have been temporarily limited while filming was underway. Rockland County and surrounding Hudson Valley have frequently been selected as locations for television and film productions because of the region's parks, historic communities, and proximity to New York City. The production notice did not identify the episode or provide a future broadcast date. Rockland County continues to attract Hollywood productions. You never know, the next time you're at one of those parks, you might be walking through the set of a television show. To our next story, Rockland County is reminding residents that household food waste can be diverted from the regular garbage stream through its food scrap recycling program. Accepted scraps are collected and processed in compost rather than being sent to landfill or waste facilities. The program is designed to reduce the volume of solid waste while producing material that can be used to improve soil. Residents should review the county's instructions before participating because collecting rules may differ from normal recycling requirements. Items such as plastic packaging should be removed before food waste is deposited and at an approved collection location. You know, small changes at home can make a big difference when thousands of residents take part. Turning food scraps into compost is one way communities can reduce waste and help our environment. To our next story, consumer prices in the New York metropolitan region, including Rockland County, were 4.1% higher in June than 1 year earlier, according to figures reported by the Rockland County Business Journal from the Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics. Prices declined 0.2% between May and June, but the region annual inflation rate remained above the national average. Energy prices up more than 16% over 12 months. Gasoline prices declined during the month after several consecutive increases, although the average reported price in Rockland County remained above $4 per gallon. Electricity costs continued to rise while food price index was comparatively stable. Now, inflation is one of those stories everyone feels, whether it's at the grocery store, the gas pump, or when paying monthly bills. Even small changes in prices can have a big impact on families managing their budgets. To our next story, Rockland County Business Journal published an updated review of New York's regulated cannabis industry, covering dispensary openings, licensing actions, and continuing legal disputes. New York permits adult recreational cannabis sales only through business licensed by the State Office of Cannabis Management. The industry continues to expand while regulators address unlicensed sellers, delayed applications, and court challenges affecting the licensing process. Municipalities, property owners, and prospective operators are also navigating local zoning and land use requirements. Consumers purchasing cannabis are advised to use state licensed dispensaries, which are subject to testing, packaging, and sales regulations. Now, the cannabis industry continues to develop across New York. Communities are still working through questions involving business opportunities, regulations, and how this growing industry fits into our local neighborhoods. The Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents arrested a man Friday morning on Constant Avenue in Peekskill. The Peekskill Herald identified the man as Brian Delig Shizane. I hope I said that correctly. Witnesses reported seeing three black spot utility vehicles and a person wearing a construction hard hat and a vest before the arrest. Peekskill Police Chief Adam Renwick said the city police department was not involved and had not been informed beforehand. Police contacted ICE, receiving reports and confirmed the identity of the person arrested. ICE had not provided the Herald with additional information about the case at the time the story was published. Now, stories involving immigration enforcement often bring strong emotions and many questions. As always, it is important to rely on confirmed information and official statements as more details become available. Now, a poetry program, Peekskill, brought together writers to explore identity, memory, and personal experience through work connected to the exhibition, The Conscience of a Nation. The presentation, titled The Poetry of Identity, was organized by Studio Theater in Exile and Hudson Valley MOCA, MOCA. Participating poets discussed themes raised by the artist Yale Cox's work, which examined civil rights, history, and social memory. The program was scheduled for July 19th at Studio Theater in Exile and was also made available for online viewing. Art gives people a way to share their stories and experience. Programs like this remind us that history and personal memories are often connected through creativity and conversation. To our next story, Nyack News and Views highlighted several weekend activities in and around Rockland County. Events included the Global Rhythms Soccer Festival and Block Party in Nanuet, featuring music, vendors, children's activities, and soccer clinic. The publication also listed the rescheduled Sleepy Hollow Mermaid Festival at Kingsland Point Park and the parade, live entertainment, art activities, and food vendors. Residents attending outdoor events were advised to confirm schedules because weather conditions had already caused changes to some weekend programs. Summer is when Rockland County really comes alive. From festivals and music to family activities, these events are a great reminder of what makes our community so special. To our next story, the Stony Point Battlefield State Historic Site marked the 247th anniversary of the Battle of Stony Point with a free public program Saturday. Reenactors representing Revolutionary War units conducted military drills, musket demonstrations, and presentations about life in an 18th century encampment. A colonial interpreter also demonstrated food preservation methods used during this period. Organized noted that a program did not include a full battle reenactment. The original battle occurred July 17th, 79. The original battle occurred, yes, in July 1779, when American forces attacked a British position overlooking the Hudson River. Rockland County has a fascinating history, and events like this allow residents to experience that history in a whole new way. It's a great opportunity for families to learn about the people and events that shaped our region. Now it's time for our community voice segment where we share messages with our listeners. Keep your emails coming. We love hearing from our neighbors, whether it's a story, a special celebration, or something happening in our community. Our first listener email: Hi, Rockland News. I just wanted to say I had an awesome time at the Music Fest last year. It was such a great event. The music, the energy, the people really showed what makes Rockland County special. Thank you for rocking the county and for your generous donations to the community. That support means so much and makes this event even more special. Please keep everyone updated about Rockland News Fest, Rockland Music Fest, James. Let us know when tickets go on sale and how people can get them. I'm also hoping Magical Mystery Doors will be part of the lineup again this year. They were amazing. Thanks for keeping Rockland connected. Well, thank you for that email. It's a wonderful thing for people who come out and support local events. Rockland Music Fest is about more than just music. Tom should know this. He's the founder. It's about bringing neighbors together, celebrating local talent, and giving back to the community. We'll keep everyone updated as more detail becomes available. One more email, our special 99th birthday message to a veteran. Oh, sounds nice. Hi, Rockland News. I want to send a very special birthday message to my dad. He is a retired veteran who proudly served our country, and he will be turning 99 years old next week. I hope I get a chance to say happy birthday, Daddy. I know you listen. He listens to Mike and Tom show. Okay. I wanted to send this message through Rockland News. Thank you for your service, your strength, and all the sacrifices you have made throughout your life, Daddy. Wishing you a happy 99th birthday. You are loved and appreciated more than words can say. Happy birthday, Daddy. What a beautiful message. A 99th birthday is an incredible milestone. We want to wish your dad a very happy birthday and thank him for his service and dedication to our country. Now, a message like this, I think they make community news special, and what I do very special, because behind every story is a person, a family, and a lifetime of memories. If anybody else has emails, please email me at rocklandnewsrj, like Robert Joasis, at gmail.com. That's rocklandnewsrj at gmail.com. Thank you for joining us today at Rockland News. And remember, keep your emails coming. We love hearing from our neighbors and sharing the stories that matter to you. If you have a story, event, or something special happening in your community, we want to hear from you. See you next week, neighbors. Remember, your news is our news. Have a great week.
All right. Thanks, Robert. And just a reminder, our Rockland's News episodes are all sponsored by the following sponsors. The New York Boulders baseball team. They had a fantastic event on Saturday night. And also yesterday, I believe that there was an event over there. But the Library Association of Rockland County had several events over there over the last several years. And on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, that was the Friends of the Library night. And good fundraising. I think it was about $860 that was raised as a 50-50. There was several hundred people in attendance, and it was just a fantastic time. Rockland News is also sponsored by Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, and our new sponsors, the Flowery Cannabis Dispensary, the only cannabis dispensary with a stage area. It's a 30-person room. Multiple bands will be playing there. And come next Thursday, Rockland Music Fest will be hosting auditions for people looking to grab a spot at the 12th annual Rockland Music Fest to be held on Saturday, September 12th. We also want to thank. Yeah, Robert. I didn't even know you were still on. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Go ahead, Tom.
That's good. All right. So Rockland's News, if you mention Rockland's News at these various establishments, you'll get these deals. Fiesta Acapulco, mention Rockland's News and get one free Coquito drink with your food. Dinner, lunch. It's a fantastic place. Great ambiance. Definitely got to check it out. Kobe Sushi with their Jazz Music Lounge. Music Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights. And if you mention Rockland's News, you could get 15% off your entire sushi order, minimum $75, but that's at least $10.25 off your entire dinner. How about that? Breakpoint Bowling, mention Rockland's News and get $10 in a free arcade card. They have an arcade, a laser tag facility, plus 20 lanes for bowling, huge big screen TVs. If you were there for the World Cup, finale yesterday. You got to watch the World Cup while you were bowling. Plus, they got Joey A's, the restaurant. Hey, yo, you got to go there. And also, there's a DJ. It's just a fantastic facility. They invested $2 million in that facility, and it's just a great family-friendly location. It's located in West Haverstraw, New York. You can learn more at breakpointbowl.com. Whole Shop Bagels, located in Haverstraw, New York. Mention Rockland News and get a free bagel for your first-time customers. How about that? I think they also include the cream cheese with that as well. And Mad Tea Party Productions, fun, affordable photo booths. Mention Rockland News and get 10% off your entire booth rental. Great for parties, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, anything you can think of, even funerals. I mean, you want to do some photos with, with your friends. Why the heck not? I mean, do it for anything. Gosh darn it. Special thanks to these fine local businesses: Stony Point Massage, North Rockland Chiropractic, the UPS store in West Haverstraw, Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy located in West Haverstraw, New York, 99 Signs for all your digital, billboard, and portable sign needs, FZ Perfection Auto Body Repair located in Congers, New York, and Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. Get the mobile dumpster brought over to your house. Get rid of all the clutter and the junk in your rooms. Just get it out, drop it in the mobile dumpster. They haul it away. They bring it down to the Rockland Green facility located in Orangeburg, Orangetown, around that area. It's just past the Palisades Center. Due south. They drop it off. It's just $199 plus slight dumping fees, but it's like, $30, $40. It is worth it. Instead of lugging all the stuff in your car back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You don't need that. Have the mobile dumpster come over to you and get all that clutter out of your house. Just $199. How about that? So there's some more news that we have for today. The first is the Nanuet World Cup. Well, the World Cup was held yesterday. I don't even know where the World Cup was held, but we do know that Spain won over Argentina 1-0. But the Nanuet Chamber of Commerce held a very large event on Middletown Road yesterday. It was the Global Rhythms Watch Party for the World Cup finale. Hundreds watched on a big screen TV set up for people to check out all the festivities as Spain went on to defeat Argentina 1-0. And you could see the moments that the goal went in. You could go over to the Facebook Rockland's News Facebook page, and you could see everybody cheering and hooting and hollering and all that fun stuff. The event was also supported by dozens of food trucks, restaurants, and craft breweries, along with libraries and public officials seeking re-election. More details of the event will be available at Rockland's News this afternoon. Some more information, and Robert had brought it up before, that there's some cannabis industry developments that are coming down the pike, and Rockland News is riding that wave. Now, I, as Tom Osa, know nothing about this cannabis, but Rockland's News is pleased to welcome the Flowery Cannabis Dispensary to its growing army of sponsors. Located on Route 9W in Haverstraw, the dispensary features high quality and apparently regulated cannabis, which Mike and Tom talk about regularly for some reason on Wednesday morning show AM Rockland, available right here on Rockland's News. But the thing that really sets the Flowery apart, and I've been down there a few times just for scientific information, is that it also has a 30-person room at the facility with a stage. And artists such as Tailspin, George Romano, and the Black Sabbath tribute bands BS Tribute are already slated to perform at the Flowery Cannabis Dispensary this year. So this is a big thing because, as you know, we are very passionate about music here. And next week, we're going to welcome auditions from several bands seeking to grab a slot on stage at the 12th annual Rockland Music Fest, which is planned for September 12th this year, 2026, is the day after September 11th. That's the 25th anniversary of those horrible attacks that happened in 2001, and we will never forget. But our premise is that it's going to be a somber day on September 11th. We're going to create some festivities so that we can relax on September 12th. And thank you to all of those that helped to make this country a great place, especially our veterans. And there's going to be other artists over at the Flowery as well, artists such as Tailspin, George Romano, and several other bands. But if you are interested in grabbing a slot as a performer at the 12th annual Rockland Music Fest, head over to rocklandmusicfest.com. The application is officially open, and we will do callbacks for anyone that we want to have audition. One little note that I'd like to make is please make sure that you put video or audio of a live performance. Very important. We do have a process for this, and we want to make sure that it's a fantastic performance. So the ones that don't have anything attached, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be considered. We have a lot more information coming up over the next several moments. Let me just get down to the rest of the news because there's a ton of stuff that came in even this morning. So, Nyack Mayor Joe Rand's state Senate campaign says its latest campaign finance filing shows Rand entering the general election with more cash on hand than Republican incumbent Bill Weber. According to figures released by the campaign, Rand reported 64% more individual donors, 62% more donors from within the district, and more than twice as much money raised from district residents. The campaign also reported 11% more public matching funds during the first matching period. Rand recently won the Working Families Party primary and is running as the Democratic candidate in New York's 38th state Senate district. The figures were provided by the Rand campaign. No response from the Weber campaign yet. And that was a press release that was included in an email to us at Rockland's News that came in this morning. On the flip side, State Senator Bill Weber has introduced legislation to name a section from Route 306 in Ramapo for longtime Muncie firefighter Hugh, or Chaim, Jacobson. Jacobson died following a lengthy illness at age 46 after serving the Muncie Fire Department's Brewer Fire Engine Company number 1 for 28 years. He held the ranks of lieutenant, captain, and chief and was known within the department by the radio designation 7-2. Weber said Jacobson helped improve firefighter training, safety, and department operations as the Muncie community grew. If approved, the designated roadway would become the Chief Hugh Chaim Jacobson Memorial Highway. The proposal has been introduced as State Senate Bill 10659. Governor Kathy Hochul has signed legislation sponsored by State Senator Pete Harcum that is intended to improve care for people experiencing both mental health and substance abuse disorders. The new law authorizes the State Office of Mental Health and Office of Addiction Services and supports to create one of licensing and operating standards for integrated outpatient programs. Supporters say the change could reduce duplicated paperwork and allow patients to receive coordinated treatment through a single provider instead of navigating separate systems. Harcum said that the legislation is intended to remove barriers and speed access to care. Harcum's 40th State Senate district includes the town of Stony Point in Rockland County. Congressman Mike Lawler's reelection campaign issued 2 releases Friday challenging Democratic Kate Conley once again over military assistance, this time for Israel. The first release asked whether Conley would have supported an amendment that the Lawler campaign said was backed by 103 House Democrats and would have blocked $3.3 billion in security assistance. A later release said Conley had indicated that she would support military aid while also describing the related congressional vote as shameful, quote unquote. Lawler's campaign accused her of taking inconsistent positions. Both statements were issued by Lawler for Congress and contained strongly partisan language, of course. No direct response, however, from Kate Conley or her campaign was included in the emails reviewed by Rockland's News, and we will follow up on that. We actually have sent several messages to the Conley campaign, specifically looking for a response on the request for up to 6 debates with Congressman Mike Lawler. We don't have any word one way or the other whether they are going to agree to or not agree to. And I don't know if they're talking about it behind the scenes. You know how it is during election time. It's like, there's all these details that get worked out in the background, and then they publicly announce that they're all in or they're not going to do it or whatever have you. But I do aim to assure you my friends and family and local listeners and residents and business owners and constituents and stakeholders and everyone else in Rockland County that happens to be listening. And usually we get anywhere from 1 to 2.5 thousand listeners per episode. Our promise to you is that we are going to be objective about this whole thing. I am literally switching my designation, in other words, GOP or a Democrat, switching back to independent. And that's in the works right now. We're not going to take sides. All right. We're the news. And this is not a reflection on any other news agencies that perhaps take sides. It's a reflection on our own. We are not going to take sides on this. As a matter of fact, we're going to do quite the opposite. We're going to arm both sides because during this time, it is very important that both sides put their opinions, their platforms, their ideas, their thoughts, everything out there so that you can make informed decisions when you go into that voting booth, whether it's during the primary or during the general election. You should have the information. You should be armed with the information so that you can make an informed decision on who your elected representatives are. So stay tuned. We're also going to be contacting Kate Conley's camp once again, CCC, and we will find out the answers to those items. If they choose to listen and maybe send over some stuff, that's cool. But we'll see. If anyone knows us, we're quite persistent that way. It was a very, very, very hot week last. I think 3 to 4 days in the 90s. And the town of Ramapo, along with a list of other towns, circulated a list of cooling centers available to residents during the periods of high summer temperatures. Locations listed in the town's newsletters included community and senior centers in Stony Point, Central Nyack, Nanuet, Congers, Haverstraw, Hillburn, Spring Valley, Nyack, and Orangetown. Residents should contact a location before traveling to confirm its hours, admission requirements, and current availability. During extreme heat, such as last week, residents are advised to drink water regularly, limit strenuous outdoor activity, and check on older adults, young children, and people without air conditioning. Anyone experiencing confusion, dizziness, nausea, or other signs of heat-related illness should move to a cooler location and seek medical assistance. And I can relate to this a little bit because honestly, I know of someone that is going through some significant tough times this summer. He's actually living out of his car. And, we're in contact with him. He's a very resourceful individual. So, I mean, obviously we're concerned about him, but we're not too worried. We think that he's going to land on his feet quite well. But resources also includes being able to have a list of those resources. And during the very hot weather last week, Rockland's News reached out to this individual and provided a list of resources, including some of the cooling centers that we have toured over the past several years. And they're really good. Community centers, senior centers, and there's some notable ones that I would like to mention. The one in, for instance, Congers, Haverstraw, Nyack, Spring Valley, Central Nyack, Stony Point, Orangetown. These are really, really good cooling centers. So you're not going to have to worry about it that much this week. Just make sure you wear sunscreen. But if it gets really hot, head over to one of these cooling centers because they definitely can cool you down. And also, maybe you could use the Wi-Fi or something. Remember, these are your taxpayer dollars. Okay. So it's not like, you're intruding, you're a guest, but you're paying for it. So, you just walk in, you hang out, you enjoy the air conditioning, and boom, done. What better thing? But again, it's not going to be too hot this week. And I'm just bringing up the latest in Haverstraw as far as the weather. So again, we mentioned 83 degrees tops today, totally sunny, perfect day if you get a chance to go for a walk. If you're down by the river or the Hudson River, maybe walk by the Hudson River. There's some awesome parks over there. Or just look up at the bright blue sky. It's definitely a way of increasing your level of, a little bit at least, your happiness with how things are going. As I like to mention often, as Scott Weiland said in one of those Stone Temple Pilots songs, so much depends on the weather. But increase your self sufficiency, but definitely enjoy it when the weather is favorable to you. Again, tomorrow and Wednesday, it's going to be much more rainy, 90% chance of rain both days, highs of 81 and 83. In the evening, it's going to go down to 67, 69 degrees on Tuesday, Wednesday. But Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are looking beautiful. Highs of 78, 81, and then 83 degrees on Saturday. Totally sunny, at least according to what I am looking at on this weather app right now. Duh. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm not like going over to like some fancy Dr. Evil contraption on the computer and be like, but it just shows up on the screen now. So maybe it's not so evil. All right. And then Sunday is going to be really good, 84 degrees and partially sunny. And then next week, it looks like it's going to be rain, but that stuff changes. I mean, you don't depend on the stuff that happens like a week from now. It's not possible that it's going to be 100% accurate. Further out in time you go, the less accurate it could potentially be. We're going to finish up. We want to thank our sponsors one more time for supporting Rockland's News. First of all, the New York Boulders baseball team, Yabu Fence Company, located in West Nyack, New York, Dana Pest Control. Our new sponsors, the Flowery Dispensary, the Flowery Cannabis Dispensary, located in Haverstraw, New York. It is the only cannabis dispensary with an entertainment room. I think that's what we're going to call it. It's a 30-person entertainment room with a stage. We were already at a concert with this performer named Tailspin. It's pretty fantastic. The dude has a lot of energy. He played for 4 hours. Let me list some of the songs that were played. Sent me the playlist, and I was like, whoa, did you take time for a break? Bridges Burning by the Foo Fighters, Shadows Follow. Paradise City and It's So Easy by Guns N' Roses. Night Train by Guns N' Roses. Ants Marching by the Dave Matthews Band. Karma Police. Bad Bad Boy by the local band The Slippery Chickens. Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. That's definitely a flip around. The Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. Perry Mason by Ozzy Osbourne, legend. Psycho, Science, and X by System of a Down. Just Got Paid by ZZ Top. What else here? We got Enter Sandman by Metallica. Here to Stay by Korn. Seems like they got into like the grungy stuff. Very cool. Negative Space by Queens of the Stone Age. Fantastic band if you haven't checked them out. Legendary. This is what he put on here, but apparently also played the song Prison Sex by Tool. Okay, fantastic. He started off the set with Crazy Babies by Ozzy Osbourne and played the song Sober by Tool, and he ended the entire thing with the song War Pigs by Black Sabbath. Whew. He went from light to dark in the same performance. That's pretty impressive. So he performed over at the Flowery Cannabis Dispensary, not this past Friday, but the Friday before. You can check him out on the Facebook page Tailspin and Friends. Apparently, he's going to be lining up some more stuff. He's played at different places like the Stony Point Patriot Lounge, the Hudson Water Club. He's played with a band called Spanking the Radicals, BS. Oh, he's part of BS Tribute, too. How about that? So, yeah, check him out. And again, all these performances, you're going to see a lot of performances at the Flowery Cannabis Dispensary in Haverstraw, New York. And if you mention Rockland's News, you might get a free goodie bag with your first order. Okay. So that's all we have for today. We will be back tomorrow with the government report. Make sure that you check out all the news that matters to you most at rocklandsnews.com. We post approximately 10 to 20 stories per week on a variety of things, news, traffic, weather, sports, and also help you to not just enjoy, but also make informed choices about what you want to do every single week. And on behalf of Robert Joasis, and I'm Tom Osa, thank you for joining us on Rockland News today, and we'll catch you next time. Take care for now.